there should be standard, there should be rules, there should be regulations. All cannot judge all poets, all cannot judge poets. If a person is not a poet, how can he judge poetry? That is the main achievement of Ben Jonson that I must praise. I have a very high regard on this particular statement of Ben Jonson, that to judge of poets is only the faculty of poets and not of all poets. All poets cannot judge other poets. Or if a writer is a poet, he cannot jump down and say that this poet is this and this poet is that. He cannot give criticism in that way. But the best poet can give the judgment that this is good and this is not good in this poet. So very important statement given by Ben Jonson in the field of criticism, as we can remember Dryden, because as we know that we follow the authority of Aristotle and Plato, but Dryden for the first time made aware the audience of his time or the age of his time that the famous quotation of Dryden as a critic is that it is not enough that Aristotle had said so. If Aristotle had seen ours, he would have changed his mind. It's a very daring saying, or it's a very great saying on the part of Dryden. Here, Ben Jonson also talks in a very good manner on other writers also. His famous quotation, "In all speech, words and sense are as the body and soul." This is a very famous line from Ben Jonson. In all speech, words and sense are as the body and soul. We know that our body and our soul, both are important for our life. So for any work of literature, words and sense are very important. Then second famous quotation, nature is more powerful in them than study. So if a writer is having a lot of study, lot of rules and regulations and discipline, but natural talent is more important. As we know, the first quality given by Ben Jonson on poet on poetry, that a poet should be inborn, natural talent, natural gift should be there in the poet. Then the poet is, by the grace of God, he is born the elect. This is a very famous quotation, very famous saying of Ben Jonson on a poet. Who is a poet? What is the definition of a poet? Anybody cannot be a poet. Anybody cannot jump and let us start writing poetry. Let us start writing in Gujarati. We have a lot of ghazals writing going on. So anybody cannot start writing poetry. Poetry is something different. Poetry is not novel. So the poets are born naturally. The poets are there due to the grace of God. The poet is, by the grace of God, he is born of the elect. As we know, in college we have selected GS and elected GS on merit. So here poets are elected by God. God's blessings are there on poets. Poets are something inborn by the grace of God. Then on Shakespeare, he says, he was honest and of open and free nature. That famous line is also there, that would he had bloated 1,000. Even Ben Jonson make the daring, like daring made by Dryden about that it is not enough that Aristotle had said so. Because Aristotle draw his models from Sophocles and Euripides. Sophocles and Euripides are gods for Aristotle. They are the role models for Aristotle. And Aristotle is a role model for all other writers. But Dryden is not blind in imitating Aristotle or in saying that whatever Aristotle has said, it is true. Sorry, it is not, it cannot be true every time. So, the famous quotation of Dryden on Aristotle is, it is not enough that Aristotle had said so. Had he seen ours? That means, if Aristotle would have born in our time, he would have changed his mind. He would be different. So, the same way, Ben Jonson also, Ben Jonson has a very high regard for Shakespeare, but he made the readers aware about the weaknesses of Shakespeare, the defects of Shakespeare. What are the problems of writing? What are the problems of imagery? What are the defects of Shakespeare in his writing? I think Ben Jonson was the first writer who made the literary circle aware about the defects in Shakespeare. Again, I am reading that famous quotation. I remember the players have often mentioned it as an honor to Shakespeare that in his writing, whatsoever he penned, he never blotted out a line. So again, this is very famous saying, very famous quotation by Ben Jonson. Jonson made a very great daring in the sense that he even challenged the authority of Shakespeare, that whatever he wrote, it is perfect, it is complete, it is 100% literature. Sorry friends, it's not so. He may have made mistakes. There are problems in his writing also. My answer hath been, would he had bloated 1,000, which they thought a malevolent speech. So, Shakespeare had also made many mistakes, which the other people or the other writers have thought that Shakespeare had done a great thing. So, Ben Jonson made the audience aware about Shakespeare also, that Shakespeare should be criticized in a complete way, not partially or not due to his all great work. But partial criticism is not good. The criticism should be complete. So, again, we should come to that point of Ben Jonson. One can say that Ben Jonson was far better critic than he was a poet. He was better critic than he was a poet. The greatest critic of his time, the great Ben Jonson, what he said about criticism, about poet and poetry. To judge of poets is only the faculty of poets, not of all poets, but the best. So, now, as we talked about the authority of Aristotle and the views of Dryden, now how Jonson regards Aristotle. The authority of Aristotle, as he writes these words, seems to be slipping away from his feet. To judge of poets is only the faculty of poets and not of all poets but the best. He does not long let us forget his feelings that the excellence of literature springs from what is excellent in the personality of the author. So, natural talent is very important. Anybody cannot become a poet. Anybody cannot become a critic. Natural talent, natural understanding, natural wit is essential in a writer. Then and then only one can be a poet or a critic or a writer, literary artist. Nature is more powerful in them than study. Expression, as we should call it, self expression is the business of art from beginning to end. He puts it in memorable words. In all speech, words and sense are as the body and the soul. So, Ben Jonson concludes the poets and poetry and criticism in this way, that the language, the imagery, the expression, the passion, the labor, the feelings, the natural talent, the natural wit of the person is very important when we regard a poet or a poet's talent. So, in a nutshell, what are the main points of Ben Jonson as a critic? That he has a very high regard for why Ben Jonson has a very high regard for Bacon, and of course for Shakespeare also. He has a very high regard for Bacon because Bacon was the scholar when Ben Jonson became aware about the literary activity. He saw the chaos, the bombast, the mixture of brutality in comedy, the mixture of comic scenes in tragedy. So it's a sort of chaos. It's a sort of Milton's word, pandemonium, which we see just now in newspapers, that pandemonium in Rajya Sabha, pandemonium in Lok Sabha. So it's a sort of chaos when Jonson became aware on literary scene. He saw the chaos. So he wants the control of feelings, the discipline in writing. When he says, Ben Jonson was well aware of the strength and the weaknesses of the age in which his young manhood was spent. He agreed that is verse which proceed out of want than that which writes out of plenty. The remedy of fruitfulness is easy. So there is a mixture of feelings. There is a mixture of comedy in tragedy. There is a mixture of comic scenes in tragedy. So it's a sort of chaos in literature. So Jonson became aware of the artificiality, the chaos of chaos going on in literature. That's why he wants discipline. He wants control of language, of passion. His interest was not in probing the methods of the Greek but the methods of Elizabethans. Enough for him that the former had an authority. His main concern in a literary circle which seemed to know no standards was to impose some unquestionable standard of excellence. There was lack of standards. Talent was there in Elizabethan time. Many talented literary artists were there. We have three types of writers on that time when Ben Jonson's time was there. The university wits. The university wits were all very talented. All were graduates of Oxford and Cambridge. They are highly qualified as a writer, as a poet, as a dramatician. But they lack the talent in the sense that they don't have discipline in their writing. They are flamboyant. They are uncontrolled in their writing, and to show their writing was their chief motto. So the metaphysical poets, they merely decorate their poetry. They merely make the reader aware of their superficial artistry and superficial imagination. So Jonson wants control of language, wants natural wit, natural talent with hard labor. So I think Ben Jonson, in his time, with a lot of daring, he even challenged Shakespeare, and he made rules and regulations for true poetry and true poet, and he made the picture clear. Who can be a poet? Who can criticize poets? Who can criticize poetry? What are the characters of true poetry? What are the characters of true poet? That is, the dogmas are given by Ben Jonson, and from Jonson we have good atmosphere of true poetry, true poets, and true criticism. The practical criticism, I think, started with the entry of Ben Jonson on the stage. That at last we should say in a good sense about Jonson that to judge of poets is only the faculty of poets, not of all poets, but the best. So Jonson wanted the best in poetry, in poets, and in criticism. So friends, we conclude our lecture on Ben Jonson that Ben Jonson, in a true sense, was a great poet, more better, far greater critic, and a man of discipline and dogmas and rules and regulations, who gave right direction to English poetry, English poets, and English criticism. Thank you very much.
સંધાન ઓલ ગુજરાત ઇન્ટિગ્રેટેડ ક્લાસરૂમ
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.